Hi, my name is Sasha. Welcome back to my channel, Sash Reads, and this is a book haul. You've probably seen some of these books in some vlogs or maybe just in some wrap-ups. I haven't really been buying books per se because I'm not in my own house, so I don't have a lot of shelf space. Plus, I'm also going to Babe at the end of the month, so I'm also accumulating lots of books from that. So I'm trying to save money, you feel? Yeah, these are some gifts, some op shop finds, some pre-orders, some book boxes. So let's get into it. First of all, we've got Snot Girl Volume 1 by Brian Lee O'Malley and Leslie Hung. This is a graphic novel that I got when I went to the Gold Coast a couple weekends ago. Found this at a secondhand bookshop and I was pretty happy with my find. Not quite sure honestly what it's about. Oh, she looks pretty fucked up there. I don't know, it says Lottie Person is a glamorous fashion blogger living her best life. At least that's what she wants you to think. The truth is her allergies are out of control, her friends are terrible people, her boyfriend traded her up for someone younger, and she may or may not have killed somebody. It's the first volume of Snot Girl and things will never be the same. That sounds pretty good. For Mother's Day, I got Lady of Ashes by Melissa K. Rorick. This is the third book in the Lady of Darkness series. This author is going to Babe, so I'm very excited that I was gifted a copy by my children. This is about Scarlet, who is an assassin in the first book. Honestly, look, if you love Throne of Glass and A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, this is pretty much those two worlds mixed together, this series. And I'm not mad. I love it a lot. I'm vibing so hard. I'm very excited to pick up this book and see where the author takes us. I also was gifted Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez, which is her newest release. I've only read one Abby Jimenez in the past, and that was the one before this. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I had a lot of fun. This one is about Xavier and Samantha, I think. And that's all I really know. Abby Jimenez, I think, is like women's fiction with romance thrown into it. But she does get a lot of hype. Another book I grabbed at the secondhand bookshop in the Gold Coast was The Amethyst Kingdom by A.K. Mulford. This is another author going to Babe. And it's the last book in a series that I've never read. So I'm not going to read the back of it. But I am very excited. I think this one might have the sapphic rep. I don't know. There's 5 different books and I think they follow 5 different couples. And it's very queer normative. And I love that about A.K. Mulford's works. Another sapphic novel I picked up in Gold Coast is When Women Were Dragons by Kelly Barnhill. I read The Girl Who Drank the Moon by this author and I really enjoyed it. So I'm excited to pick up this sapphic novel. In this timely and timeless speculative novel, award-winning author Kelly Barnhill boldly explores rage, memory, and the tyranny of forced limitations. When Women Were Dragons exposes a world that wants to keep women small, their lives and their prospects, and examines what happens when they rise en masse and take up the space that they deserve. I love that a lot. So my town did a Lifeline Book Fest earlier this year and I found a copy of River of Teeth by Sarah Gailey and I love this book. I had so much fun listening to this for Thick Thighs Readathon last year. So this is set in an alternate 1890s America where the Mississippi is like crawling with wild hippos and it's sort of heisty and yeah, it's like you get a band of misfits or criminals together because they're trying to do something. But I really enjoyed it. I got gifted Stealing Sunshine by Ren. Where's the doodad? Hey, where's my note gone? Oh no! Okay, there's no note, but I'm like 100% sure Ren from The Reading Ren gifted this to me. And I was very excited. So this is another sapphic romance and it's sort of small town. We've got Ice Queen, I think her name is Bryce, And then we've got Daisy, I think. And I think it's Forced Proximity, and I think Grumpy Sunshine, and I'm very excited. I picked this up when I was visiting family, and then I read it in like 2 or 3 days. This is Unravel Me by Becca Mack. This is like the third book in a hockey romance contemporary series about a group of friends. And this one really hit me hard. Parent issues. There's animals in this. Like, she works like an animal shelter because she's training to be a veterinarian. Yeah, she's a single mom, and he is like so sunshiny. I love him a lot. I had lots of fun with this one. My pre-order of Wandering Wild came in by Lynette Noni. This is the one with the beautiful sprayed edges. So this is a wilderness novel about Xander and Charlie, who pretty much hate each other, but they have to pair up to try and win this challenge, I believe. And yeah, I'm very excited to pick this up. I love everything this author writes, and I cannot wait to get to it. We've got Wild and Wrangled by Lila Sage. I love this book so much. I got an e-arc of it back in February, and I read it promptly. And then obviously I still had to pre-order it, and I love this with all my heart. I love Kemi. I love Dusty. This was bittersweet. This is a second chance romance. It's set in a small town. She's a single mum. He has a nose ring and he wears crop t-shirts, and I love it a lot. The lovely Tracy gifted me 5 by Sarah, Kate, and Rachel Lee. Glad this one still has the note. So I own 4 by these authors, and I haven't read it yet, but this is giving me motivation to read it because this is the sequel. The first one is a Why Choose, I'm guessing with 4 different men. I don't know if this is following the same people and they add a 5th one in, or if it's following different people. I'm so forever grateful to anyone who gives me something, but also like to people who do it just to cheer me up. Like, I love Tracy so much, and I'm so excited to finally meet her in a couple weeks. Oh my gosh. All right, when I went to that Lifeline Book Fest, I also picked up Milk Blood Heat by Dentiel W. Monez. This is a beautiful cover. It was definitely a cover buy. But it says here, set in the suburbs and the cities of the modern world, but about the ancient essences of who and what we are. Milk Blood Heat is a collection of love and sex, birth and death through the stories of ordinary characters confronted by extraordinary moments of violent yet often beautiful reckoning. Dantiel contemplates human connection, race, womanhood, inheritance, and the elemental darkness in us all. Wise and subversive, spiritual and seductive, Milk Blood Heat showcases that the world in which we live can be a place of obstacles and heartbreak, but also one of grace and splendor. So it's short stories, it's very beautiful, and also the author is very beautiful. Honestly, if you're pretty, I will pick up your book. I'm just a girl. The publisher sent me Shoot Your Shot by Lexi LaFleur Brown. This is another hockey romance, so I'm definitely in my hockey romance era. This is about JJ and Lucy. So JJ doesn't secure an NHL contract at the end of training camp, and after a one-night stand, his luck turns around and a last-minute roster spot opens up on the Seattle Rainiers. Connecting his fortune to the girl he spent the night with, superstitious Jalen is suddenly desperate to keep her around. So, aspiring tattoo artist Lucy isn't so sure about the proposition to remain JJ's lucky charm. She's been called a lot of things in her life, but good luck has never been one of them. It says down here, sports romance, 2 chili peppers, so scorching, and opposites attract. So thank you so much to Mills and Boone for this copy. Oh yes, I picked up God of Malice by Rena Kent. I think I must have been in a little depressy episode because I just wanted to go buy a book, and I went to Dimmicks and they didn't have this. They had all the others, but not this one, and this is the first one. So I asked them to order it in for me, and this is a dark romance between Killian and Glendon. And honestly, I think it's Brooklyn who put me onto these. I still haven't read it yet, but I'm very excited to. So the book I did end up getting when I was in that episode and I went to Dimmicks was The Crimson Moth by Kristen Cicerelli. This is an author going to Rare in Melbourne in October, and this has been taking the romantasy world by storm. This is also my 12 Rex by 12 Friends, Who told me to read this one? Somebody told me to read this one. But this is a witch and witch hunter romance, I believe. Yes, enemies to lovers doesn't get more high stakes than a witch and a witch hunter falling in love. Rune is pretending to be the Crimson Moth at night, a witch vigilante who rescues her kind from being purged. And then you've got Gideon Sharp. Oh, it says, when a rescue goes wrong, Rune decides to throw the witch hunters off her scent by courting the handsome Gideon Sharp. Except Gideon is a notorious and unforgiving witch hunter, loyal to the revolution, and falling for him would be deadly. Very excited to pick this one up. I believe this is my friend Alex from The Lair who told me to read this. I picked up Hungerstone by Kat Dunn. This is the Australian or UK cover. You might know the American cover. I think it's a lady lying on the bed.
They're the same picture.
Ren is currently reading this and loving it. But this is, I think, a reimagining of Camilla. It says, Lenore is the wife of steel magnate Henry, but 10 years into their marriage, the relationship has soured and no child has arrived to fill the distance growing between them. Henry's ambitions take them from London to the Peak District to the remote imposing Nethershore estate where he plans to host a hunting party. But as the couple travel through the bleak countryside, a shocking carriage accident brings the mysterious Camilla into Lenore's life. Camilla, who is weak and pale during the day but vibrant at night. Camilla, who stirs up something deep within Lenore. And before long, girls from the local villages fall sick, consumed by a terrible hunger. Sounds so good, and I hope we will pick this up this year. This one I'm very excited for, but also kind of sad about. My pre-order of Oathbound came in by Tracy Dion. The first two books came out as the small paperback version. They did not come out as the larger ones. So I thought this third book would be the same. It is not. So I have a mixed match, but that is okay. I'm very excited to finish off Bree's story and find out what the heck's going to happen with Nick and Selwyn. I'm just very excited. Yes. Can't really tell you much. The first book is about Bree, who realizes that she's actually like a descendant of King Arthur, but on her mum's side, she also is like got root magic too, and so she's trying to like figure out both sides of herself and which one's right. And then yeah, I really, really do like this series. We've got Wild Side by Elsie Silver. This is the third book in her called, where are you? Rose Hill series. So this is about Reese. I'm very excited to read about Reese. I loved him in the first book, so I'm excited to read his story. Reese and can't remember the chick's name, but I think it is it's Tabitha. We met Tabitha in the first book too. This is a marriage of convenience, I think, and it's single parent. Very excited for it. Another romance. I've got BK Borison's newest release, First Time Caller. This cover is beautiful. I cannot get over it. I just love these colors. So this is about Aiden and Lucy. I think Aiden hosts a radio show and Lucy's daughter calls up and goes, my mum can't get a date, blah, 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 and they fall in love. Oh, I picked this up at an op shop. It's The Other Side of Perfect by Mariko Turk. It was like $2. This is a YA about Alina who has shattered her leg and her dreams of a ballet career. So she spends a summer healing. So she has to trade her professional dance classes for normal high school, where she reluctantly joins the musical. Rehearsals are nothing compared to Alina's past life at the acclaimed Kira de Brau Ballet School. But the stage does offer more than she expected, namely her castmate Jude. He's annoyingly attractive, ridiculously optimistic, and worst of all, Alina just might be falling for him. So it's like Grumpy Sunshine, but she's the grumpy. I love that! Got Queenie by Candace Carty-Williams. This is actually on my 30 before 30 and I didn't own a copy. So now I have a copy and it's very beat up. So I think I will be donating this once I have finished reading it. But this is a darkly comic and bitingly subversive take on life, love, race, and family. Queenie will have you nodding in recognition, crying in solidarity, and rooting for this unforgettable character every step of the way. So very excited for that. I have my bookish and spice edition of Serpent of Sky and Flame by Rebecca F. Kenny. This is very beautiful. It also came with a very saucy art print. I was not expecting that. But this is the bookmark. And it says a quote on the back there. You need to be a good fucking girl. Ooh. But yeah, this is a dragon shifter romance. And look, he looks like Taryn. So I'm not going to be mad about it at all. I wonder if this has the... I don't think it has the synopses. It's got breeding. I don't know what's gotten into me, but I'm into breeding. A kink. I love those sprayed edges too. My copy of The Songbird and the Heart of Stone pre-order came in. This is the third book in the Crowns of Nyaxia series, but it's the first book in the Shadowborn duet. So it's like duet inside a series. But this is about one of my favorite characters from the first book, Misha. I think it's about Azar. I don't think we've met Azar yet, but I am very excited to have this because it matches my other editions because it has the... That's a wonky arrow, but they all have a lovely stenciled edge. Now, when I went to that Lifeline Book Fest that I talked about a couple minutes ago, I went there with my friend Nikita, and we decided to buy each other, look through all these romance books and buy each other some so we could read them. So she picked these two. I'm scared. So I've got Savage Spirit by Cassie Edwards. Life in the Arizona Territory had prepared Alicia Klein to expect the unexpected. Brash and reckless, she dared to take on renegades and banditos, but the warm caresses and soft words of an Apache chieftain threatened her vulnerable heart more than any burning lance. Chief Cloud Eagle had tamed the wild beasts of his land, yet one glimpse of Alicia made him a slave to desire. Her snow-white skin made him tremble with longing. Her flame-red hair set his senses ablaze. Cloud Eagle wanted nothing more than to lie with her in his teepee, nothing less to lose himself in his unending beauty. But to claim Alicia, the mighty warrior would first have to capture her bold, savage spirit. That sounds a little problematic. Oh, that's pretty though. And then last but not least, I've got Oh Naughty Night by Leslie Kelly and In Too Close by Catherine Gabara. So it looks like a Christmas short story collection. And yeah, that's all I really know about that. So these are all the books that I have accumulated since January. Let me know down below what you think I should read first. Just if you have any thoughts or feels about any of these books. I don't know why I'm holding it like this. But yes, thank you so much for watching. If you did get to the end of this video, pop any sort of money emoji in the comments below. If you want to be my friend, you can add me on Goodreads, Instagram, and Storygraph. It's all just @sashreads. And if you want to see more of this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Bye.